Hey guys, welcome to this week's Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain. And as you'll see throughout this program, we're going to be bringing you a lot of footage from the ATA show that was here in Louisville, Kentucky, 2016. For those of you all do not know, it's the Archery Trade Association. It's where all the new products and current products that are out for any type of hunting industry besides firearms are at this show. It's basically a grown man's toy store. We have a really special guest this week. We got NASCAR superstar Jeffrey Earnhardt. Jeffrey, thanks for coming on, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me.
Now, Jeffrey is, the Earnhardt name goes miles. Tell me a little bit about how you, besides being in the family, how you really got started in NASCAR.
Well, I mean, obviously as a kid, you're growing up listening to race cars ring your ears
Right.
the whole time. So, honestly, I wasn't pressured to go race. I actually had to beg my parents to let me race. And, I was a young kid just growing up on farms in Virginia where my stepmom's from, and a local dirt track up there called With Raceway started this a series for kids from 12 to 18. And
Okay.
I was like, man, I want to go racing. And my parents for 2 years told me I couldn't. And finally, my dad said, if you want to go racing, you got to find the car and the sponsors. Well, I don't think he thought I'd actually be able to do it. And I went and found some local friends that were just really good friends of the families that had good businesses to sponsor the car. And one of them actually had a car sitting there for sale. So he's like, all right. He's like, here's your car. You got sponsors. So now see what your parents say. And they really didn't have a choice but to let me go racing.
Right. And that's key because I guess the Earnhardt way is, you got to make your own way. Nothing's handed to you. You bust your hump like your grandpa did years ago, getting, his car and his sponsors. So is that how it works in your family?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it hasn't been an easy road by any means. And, everyone's, oh, you're an Earnhardt, think that everything was just handed to you, and it really wasn't. It's been up and down roller coaster from the very start. And, we actually just announced that, I'm going to be running a full season in the Cup Series next year with Can-Am as a sponsor.
That is huge because we've been friends for a couple years now, and I got to come up and meet with you in Kentucky when you raced the Xfinity Series last year. And the seats were amazing. Of course, our seats were where your pit guys are at, so it doesn't get any better than that, and I really thank you for your hospitality on that. What is your youngest memory you can remember of Grandpa? People don't know this. A lot of people don't know this, but Grandpa was a huge hunter.
He was. He was a huge hunter. He's had his own farm with deer that he had raised. It was actually a high fence place behind the race shop, and he was grandfathered in the program, so he had to keep his high fence. But just had awesome deer. He loved watching them. Learning about them, seeing how they act and stuff, and obviously he killed several big.
Yeah, he hunted all over the world.
Big deer all over the place. Him and Richard Childers were big hunters. They traveled all over the place hunting, but. Just a big outdoorsman. He loved the outdoors, and he gave back to the.
He's a very big advocate for the outdoors.
Yeah, he was. He was really huge for that. So, the youngest memory I have with him was probably when I was little. He bought me and my brother a little yard cart for Christmas, and he set out 2 tires right there at the shop over at DEI, and DEI was just a little small building at the time.
Right.
And it was like a figure 8 course. Well. I was out there and I didn't want to drive. I was probably 5 years old maybe, and just didn't want to drive it. Well, he told me to quit being a wimp and get in there and drive, and I ended up driving it straight into the fence. But I wasn't gonna get back on it. I wasn't gonna drive it. I busted my lip and I was crying like a little girl. And,
right.
He's like, you're getting back on it, and he made me get back on it and drive it. But,
now on the track, he was known as the Intimidator. I mean, he didn't get pushed around anywhere. He did the pushing.
Oh, yeah.
And I've always heard interviews of people saying if you seen Dale come up behind you, you knew you were not going to win that race. You knew it wasn't going to happen. He was going to get there, and he was going to do all it took to get it. At home with his grandkids and his kids, was he still the Intimidator, or was he just a big teddy bear?
He was. I mean, he was the Intimidator on the track, and he was the Intimidator off the track. But he was a big family man as well.
Yeah.
I remember I'd always call him Pawpaw Dale, and he's like, I ain't answering that. He's like, you call me Mr. Earnhardt. He said Pawpaw Dale made him feel too old.
Right.
So, but no, he was a huge family man, and as he got older and started accomplished about everything in racing.
Oh, absolutely.
But, he started becoming even more of a family man. Actually took my brother on a hunt over on his farm.
Okay.
And unfortunately, he passed away before I got that chance to. But my dad ended up taking me, and me and my brother both got to shoot really, really nice bucks over there.
How old were you when Dale Sr. passed away?
I was 13.
13. Yeah. So you were still really young.
Yeah, I was pretty young, and he was a superhero to me.
Oh, sure, he's a superhero to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine being the grandson of him. He's probably the most worshipped athlete in the world.
Yeah, he is. And when it happened, it was like, oh, it's just a wreck.
Yeah.
Been in several worse than that. So.
And it didn't look that bad on TV.
Not at all. So it was hard to believe, but he did a lot for the sport. He did a lot for everybody really, and unfortunately for that reason, the safety part of NASCAR's came a long way since then.
Yeah, because of a tragedy like that, NASCAR had to step their game up, and it seems like NASCAR's done a really good job going forward since that, because they lost a legend.
Yeah.
And the sport probably grew more after his passing than before it was.
For sure. I mean, it's unreal the safety in the cars these days. You hardly ever hear of people having injuries.
Right.
They've just made them. They've came so far with the cars. It's pretty immaculate.
Now, tell me the difference between you've raced the Xfinity Series for a long time. You raced the Cup Series too.
Yeah.
Or you raced the Truck Series also.
Yep.
Tell me the difference between the Xfinity Series and the Sprint Cup Series.
Well, in the Xfinity Series, they have a little more tight-knit rules. They have height rules. They have a lot of rules on what you can do to the cars.
Not as near as much horsepower, is there?
And there's not near as much horsepower. So my transition going from an Xfinity car to the Cup car, the struggles I have is the Cup cars have no height rules. So
right.
You don't really get to feel what the car is doing. So it's a lot harder to
make adjustments in race.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to make adjustments. It's harder to relay information to the crew chief. But that's all going to come with time, and I got a long way to learn this year and this upcoming season. So it's going to be a big learning process, and trying to build our program at Go Green.
I tell you what, folks, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Jeffrey a little bit more about NASCAR. But for most of y'all that do not know, Jeffrey's part of a TV show that's going to be aired on the Sportsman's Channel this year, and he's a huge hunter. So this is what this show is about. So stay tuned. We're going to talk more with Jeffrey Earnhardt. Guys, welcome back. We're here with NASCAR driver Jeffrey Earnhardt. Now, before we went to break, Jeffrey, you was telling us about Grandpa, which everybody has an interest in. He's loved by everybody in America. Talked about some of the memories you had with him, and talked a little bit difference between the Xfinity Series and the Sprint Cup Series. Now, this year here is really big for you. This is your first full-time Cup race. Is that correct?
Yes, it's first full season. Yeah,
full season.
It's going to be big. It's a huge step. A lot to learn. But there's so many great guys, and for the most part, all the guys in the Cup Series are very open, very nice, and willing to help a lot of the younger guys coming up through.
And you signed a super sponsor this year with Can-Am. I mean, those guys have really got their act together over there, and they make a great product for side-by-sides, for four-wheelers. How's it been working with Can-Am?
It's been great. They have such a great brand. And that's huge. To have a company with such a great brand and to be such a big company. It's just going to help our program, and they're doing a lot of activation to, make it a very successful partnership with them, and really looking forward to.
And as you can see on the TV, folks, that's some of the stuff they offer. They got some really cool four-wheelers and side-by-sides, and I think they even make snowmobiles, and they make it all,
Evinrude boat motors, they got it all. I mean, any grown man's fun toy, they got it.
And that's key, man, because when you're in this new series, it's expensive.
It is.
What's it cost to run one race if you had to ballpark it?
Your big teams are spending close to $450,000 a race.
And if you look in the paper the next day after the race runs and you see, top 10 make really good, from 15 down, those guys aren't recouping their money from that race.
No, it's tough. It is. There's a huge cost that comes with running that series, but.
The payback is great if you can get there.
Yeah, once you made it to the top, it's all rewarding in the end. But we got a great sponsor behind us, so
yeah,
sales set.
Y'all did very well this year getting that sponsor, and they're getting a really good driver, a really young driver, really ambitious guy. You really want to go out there and and do well for your team and do well for your sponsors. So that's great. It's a great partnership. What else are you into now these days?
Well, as you said, we got the hunt and show deal that me and my partner Nick Sampson have. It's called The Opener. Going to be airing on Sportsman's and Wild TV this year.
Now, Wild TV is a Canadian TV show, right?
Canadian-based primarily, but really excited about making the move there. We aired on MAV TV the past 2 years, but excited about the move there and excited about the hunts we're going to be airing. We got some excellent hunts we've already filmed and got laid out, but there's going to be plenty more good ones to come.
Yeah, you got a really good partner in Nick Sampson. He's a really good dude, and he's also the owner of Chunky Monk Media. If anybody out there needs any kind of media stuff, Chunky Monk is a good guy to work with there. Y'all are on your game right now. Y'all picked up some really good sponsors this year with Dexter, and we got to kind of hang out with Dexter. And we had Scott from Dexter on last week's episode, and he's really, really a top-notch guy, man.
They are. They're a great company.
They are. And here's some pictures right here of some big Canadians y'all were on. That's Nick and Jeffrey there hunting. So, Nick gets around us a lot of hunting. He's got the best job in the world, besides being a NASCAR driver.
I know, right? I don't know who's got the better job, him or me, but
right.
He's definitely brought me a long way in the hunting world. I grew up hunting my whole life, but he's really shown me a lot of things to further my time in the outdoors.
Y'all some goofy people, man.
Hey, if you're not having fun, no point in doing it, right?
You're exactly right. It's what hunting's all about, man.
Yes,
it's making memories, making friends, and just having a good time doing it. And if you can get it on film, that's just icing on the cake.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Sportsman Channel, it's a big jump. Going from MAV TV, which is basically a racing network,
yep,
to Sportsman's Channel. I mean, if you're in the top 3 outdoor sportsman pursuit, you've done well. And we've done some hunts with you all.
Yep.
We're going to continue to do some hunts with you all. So
hopefully
it's
do some more.
Yeah, we're definitely do some more. But y'all have just really made the great jump this year, and Dexter's a great sponsor.
Yep. Yeah, no, having Dexter on board, we got Beer Frost on board as well. They're 2 of our really big sponsors for this coming season. But it's all about getting out there and enjoying the outdoors and creating memories, like having hunting camps with guys like y'all. And I mean, y'all do a great job with the y'all show as well.
Well, we appreciate that. We've really built a friendship here, and it's going to continue on. So and folks, Jeffrey will be in Kentucky Speedway this year, and hopefully we can bring you some footage from that race. Now, are you racing the whole Cup this year or the whole series this year?
I'll be doing all but the 4 super speedways.
Okay.
Right now, we're working on if we can get some more partnerships. We'll do a second car for the super speedways, but.
So guys, if you got an extra $300,000 or $400,000 laying around,
I'm sure
hit Earnhardt up. We can get him on Talladega. We can get him on the big ones.
Hey, whoever hits that lottery, I need to talk to him.
That's exactly right. Now, what's your favorite track out there?
My absolute favorite is probably going to be Dover. I had a lot of success there when I was younger in the East Series, and really, really like that track. But I would say if I could say my 3 favorites, I would say Dover, Bristol, and Kentucky.
Okay.
I ran really well at all them tracks the past couple of years in the Xfinity Series. We did really good at Bristol and ran really well at Kentucky when y'all came out.
Yeah.
And,
we were at a show in Lexington a few years ago when you were racing in Bristol, and we was all at the restaurant with Nick and all them watching you race, and then as soon as you got done, you got in the car from Bristol and came right to Kentucky for the show we were doing.
Oh yeah, 4.5 hour drive. But
and you had a great run in Bristol that year too.
We did. I think that's the only reason I made it without falling asleep, is because I was so pumped up off that run we just had. But yeah, I mean, those tracks are just great racing tracks.
Yeah.
And, they're more fun for the fans whenever it's a closer race. You got guys battling, beating on each other.
Oh, and Bristol's definitely a beater track.
Oh yeah, if you come out there without a dented up car, you're doing something. You're either doing something really good or really bad.
Now, how's Kentucky? How do you like Kentucky? What's the reason why you like Kentucky?
It's a real aggressive track. Everyone complains about how rough the track is and it's real bumpy and stuff, but that creates a real racy atmosphere. I mean, you go there at night for the night race, and it's like there's sparks flying off the cars everywhere every time they bomb it out, and that's what the fans like, And I think every race there has always been a really, really good race for the fans.
It is.
And it's enjoyable as a driver whenever you're able to battle with guys that close and have tough battles with them. That's
I'll tell you what I like about the NASCAR is y'all are athletes for sure. It's a lot of work. I've seen you get out of that Kentucky car in Kentucky, you were drenched in sweat.
Yeah.
And you're constantly just white knuckle gripping that wheel the whole time you're in that car. And you come out, you're exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
You're flat exhausted. Yeah. But you're also entertainers because you want to show the fans a good time. You want to show them a good race, and you want to be competitive in everything you do. And you've had great race cars in the past with great teams. Yep. But now I feel like you've really made that jump, and now your equipment's better, your car's going to be better, and now people can really see what your talent really is. Yeah,
I mean, you know, we're still going to be, we're a smaller team, so it's not going to be, we're not going to be the best team out there. Sure. But, you know, for what we are and what we have to work with, we're going to, I have no doubt in my mind we're going to perform, you know, above and beyond what our expectations should be. But, you know, it's all about the fans. You know, yeah. Without the fans, you know, you can't do it. And it's like that with anything, even in the hunting industry. Yeah. You know, your fans or your supporters are the ones that are going out there buying your products that you know you're using to sponsor your show.
Sure.
So, same in racing. You know, the sponsors are everything, and you know, without their help, you know, we couldn't do what we do.
Oh, and it's a blast, man. Y'all do a great job. And Jeffrey, I really look forward to watching your career grow and blossom as you get older and more experienced. So, guys, make sure you follow Jeffrey Earnhardt. You can go to his Facebook page and watch it. Make sure you go visit Can-Am. Make sure you go visit Dexter. These are all great products that Jeffrey's associated with. And from knowing Jeffrey, he doesn't mess with products that aren't good products and good people. So check those guys out. If you're in the market for a four-wheeler, definitely give them a look before you buy. If you're in the market for knives, make sure you look at Dexter. They're a really, really great company. So Jeffrey, we look forward to seeing you on track. Make sure you keep up his career, guys. He's going to be a phenom. So Jeffrey, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
Be right back, folks. Hey guys, welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain. That was a really, really good interview with Jeffrey Earnhardt, and I really appreciate him stopping in and spending some time with us. Now we got some really special guests here straight from Kentucky. We got Sonny and Tammy. How y'all doing today?
Fantastic. Good. Thank you for having us.
These are two of the more accomplished female hunters here in Kentucky, and we have a lot of them out there. But these are two that I was able to grab to bring on the show and kind of show a different point of view. Sonny, let's start with you. How long have you been hunting?
About 7 years.
Now, what got you into hunting?
I had a friend that said, you really need to come hunt with me, and one day I went, and ever since then I've hunted every season. Turkey, deer, it is very addicting. Very
now,
addicting.
Same with you, Tammy. How did you get into hunting?
My husband. I wasn't a hunter at all. When I moved down here from Illinois, and I met my husband, and he hunted.
You were from Illinois and didn't hunt?
Yeah.
Wow. You missed a golden opportunity.
Yeah. And I met my husband. He hunted, and I wanted to hang out with him, so I went to the stand, and that was it. And I was a hunter.
And that's amazing because, you know, we definitely need more women and more children out in the woods hunting.
Absolutely.
It's a very mostly male-dominant sport.
Right.
And it's good to see that female and children hunters are getting out there on their own. Now, do you all hunt by yourselves, or do you hunt with partners, or how do y'all hunt?
I hunt by myself now for about the past year. I do take the children out to hunt, but mostly alone.
What about you, Tammy?
Some by myself and with my husband. And my dad comes from California every spring to turkey hunt with me, so that's
that's
exciting.
Probably a really big treat for you to see Dad to go turkey hunting with him.
It is.
That's awesome. Now, Sonny, you had a pretty amazing year.
I did.
Tell me about the opening weekend of this year's bow season.
I really, really wanted to shoot a velvet buck with my bow. So I had everything ready, been watching the cameras for weeks and weeks, and I had my eyes set on a nice one. So the first day of bow season, I did an evening hunt on a morning. Went out couple hours before.
I remember it was really hot.
95 degrees that day. It was very hot. Got up there, and right before it was time, I call it prime time, about an hour before the sun sets, he starts walking out down the trail, and I was like, well, that's not the one that I wanted, but he'll do. So he gave me a shot. I took the shot, missed. And
we've all been there.
Yeah, I got really nervous at that time, and I thought for sure he was going to leave, but he did turn around. He walked around the tree, and when he did that, I got set up for another one, and he gave me a broadside shot.
Now, the first shot, was it a broadside shot also?
Yes.
And would you shoot high or low?
I shot low.
Yeah. Was it nerves? You think it was nerves?
Yeah, definitely, because it was the first time I had been out trying to shoot a buck with my bow by myself.
And I'm gonna tell you, if you ever lose that nervous feeling, just give up hunting, because that's what gets me going, is that adrenaline. Whether it even be on a doe or you know, a smaller management buck or a coil buck or even a monster, I still get nervous as could be. And you know, I guess once that goes away, I'll probably quit hunting at that point. Just lose the love of it.
Right.
So the second shot, good hit?
Second shot was great placement. He just started taking off in about 50 yards. I heard him drop. So I did a little rookie move, got out of the stand really fast instead of waiting like I was supposed to, and went to look for him. I heard him get up and he took off.
Yeah.
So after that, I called some friends and said, could y'all come help me find him? And we looked and looked and looked, then it started raining. So we did have a little blood trail, washed all the blood away, couldn't find him. So the next day we got up and he was probably 5 feet on the other side of the fence, and there he lay.
Now, how did you find him the second day? Was buzzards already flying?
I actually, no buzzers. I have a dog, and he was out with me, and he just picked up a scent, and he went right to it, and so I followed him.
You could probably sell that dog. That dog's worth a fortune if you could find dead deer laying around.
He sure did.
But that is an amazing story. That's your first velvet buck.
First velvet buck.
And that's a great story. Missed, still give you the opportunity, so it was meant to be.
Right. Right.
You know, if I would have missed, he'd have been gone. I never would have seen him again.
Well, I thought for sure it was over, but he did. He gave me a good shot.
Now, you had a pretty cool story about an antelope.
Antelope hunting in Wyoming. That was probably my most exciting hunt.
Now, tell us a little about it.
We were out there, I think it was our last day there, and there was probably 30, 40 antelope on a little ridge. And I could see one good buck out of there. And got down and took aim, and I shot, and they kind of all went everywhere, of course. And a friend that we were with said, you missed him. I saw him run off. He jumped and took off, and I said, I think I got him. I really think, I knew I had a good shot.
Now, how far was the shot?
400 yards.
Had you been practicing that shot at home?
Not quite that far. No, I mean, yeah.
But you had trust in your weapon. It was the right shot.
Yes. Yeah, I knew I hit it good. And so they kind of all waited behind and said, I'm going to walk out there anyways. I'm pretty sure I got him. And they were like, oh, okay, whatever. And walked out there and went around a little bend, and there he was laying in the creek. Now, I was jumping for joy.
I bet you were. Now, who was on this hunt with you in Wyoming?
My husband and a friend of ours, Donald Vidito.
Nice. So you had two guys tell you missed, and you knew you were right?
Exactly, yeah.
That's the way it usually works out. We're usually wrong most of the time. So, so both of you ladies here, what do you prefer? Do you prefer deer or turkey?
I'm turkey. That is my favorite hunt.
Why?
I like the warmer weather.
Well, I can agree with that sometimes.
Yeah, the warmer weather is a big plus, but I like sitting in the mornings and just hearing them come out of the tree, that big thunder of birds, and then the gobbling starts, and then I start the chills, and I get excited.
Calling and letting them answer back.
Yeah, and a lot of people do prefer turkey over deer because it is a more interactive hunting experience than your deer hunting. You know, deer hunting, you got to be stealth mode, you got to be quiet, you got to be scent free. And I always said if a turkey could smell, you could never kill one.
Right.
Because their hearing and their sight is amazing. So if they could smell, it'd be like Bigfoot. You'd never see one, you'd never kill one.
Absolutely.
So I can understand that, and I appreciate it. Turkey hunt is so awesome. You know, I'm probably more of a deer hunter than a turkey hunter, but just to hear it sounds like an Apache helicopter coming over you when they come out of that roost, and sometimes it'll scare the fire out of you. You're not paying attention if they're roosting pretty close to you.
Yes.
Now, you had a pretty good bow hunt for turkeys this past spring, correct?
I did. I shot a nice tom of 37 yards. And he was nice. He had a 12.5-inch beard, and he weighed 29 pounds.
Now, was it a bow or a shotgun?
It was a bow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're really stepping up that bow action.
Absolutely.
You got a really nice tom, and you also got a real nice velvet buck.
Yes.
Now, did you kill a turkey this past year?
I did.
Now, what did you do? How did yours go?
Sitting in a blind with my dad and my husband.
That's the best feeling in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is awesome. And just watching, we hunt a field that's like a long strip. We call it the outhouse field, and that's my spot.
Does everybody know it's your spot?
Yeah, okay. They know. And just calling them in and watching them come from probably 100 yards from the other end, and calling them. And
just getting them worked towards you.
Yeah, I love it.
Now, do you do your own calling, or does your husband or your dad call for you, or do you do your own calling?
My husband calls and I call.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you prefer a slate, or a box, or a mouth call?
Slate.
Slate?
I like the slate, yeah.
I feel like I could probably get more response out of a slate it's not as easy because if you're running and gunning, you're not in the blind. The mouth call is the way to go.
Right.
You get your hands free, of course. But if not, it's the way to go. We're going to take a really quick break. When we come back, we'll talk some more with these ladies. Stay tuned. Hey folks, welcome back. We got some great guests here with Sonny and Tammy. Now Tammy, you also have a little side business. You're a taxidermist.
Yes, I am.
How did you get into being a taxidermist?
Just hunting, I guess. I thought it'd be a good hobby, and you know, we wanted to mount our own mounts and our kills, and
That's good because for one, it saves you a little money.
right, exactly.
Because we all know that good taxidermy work is very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And for us that hunt out there, we'll pay top end to make sure we have a mount that lasts and looks good for a long time down the road.
Right.
So what you all do is a very tenuous, precise art form, what I call is an art form.
It is an art
because
form,
you know
right.
the sewing, the painting, the eyes, everything has to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And you know these people are going on hunts of a lifetime for them, and they're trusting you with their animal.
Right. And we like them to look like the hunter saw them in the field.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
Do you ever get people to bring you a picture in and say, hey, I want to look just like this pose right here or anything like that?
Well, yeah, sometimes we do. We try to make them look better.
Yeah. And that's great, you know, because that's a really cool hobby is to do, you know, but I'm sure when you all harvest an animal, you always go to the back of the line because everybody else that's, you know, that's bringing mounts to you to have them done. So
yeah, I still have turkeys in the freezer.
You still have the head you got to yet?
Yeah.
Right. Now, where can people, if they want to find out more about Wise Taxidermy, where can they go to?
They can go to wisetaxidermy.com, and we also have a Wise Taxidermy Facebook page.
Okay,
And
folks, go check that out. And if you're in the E-Town, Bullitt County, Bowling Green, Louisville area, and you want to have some mounts done, you can always contact Wise Taxidermy, and they can help you out there.
Yep.
I tell you what, ladies, I really want to appreciate you all coming on and speaking with us today. It's an honor to have two successful female hunters on my show, and
Thank you.
Thank you.
we hope to bring more females on and some more kids on to see different points of view. We like to get everybody's point of view on how they hunt and why they hunt.
Right.
And y'all doing a great job. Keep it up, and y'all are gonna be superstars.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So before we go to break, or before we talk to our next guest, I'm going to talk about Town and Tusk. These are guys right here that we hooked up at the ATA show here in Louisville, Kentucky, that was here this year. And they have a wonderful, wonderful little leads and accessories here, as you can see. Guys, if you're out there and you hog hunt, and we're starting to get some hogs, especially in the Henry County area, but if you hog hunt or rabbit hunt or coon hunt or anything, these things are amazing. They're made out of Air Force cable with 970 pounds of braking strength. They come in 10 different colors. They have lead splitters, and I got the opportunity to hang out with Ryan, the owner. It's a Texas-based company. All this stuff is 100% made in the USA, and they do a wonderful job with it. And they got dog collars. They got every little thing you could possibly think of. You can give Ryan a call. And actually, I'll tell you how personalized this is. Ryan has given me permission to give his cell phone number out. So you can call him at 409-781-7548 or 877-664-4646. And you won't be disappointed. Ryan's a great guy, and he'll take good care of you if you have any kind of dog needs like that. Well, now that we talked a little bit about Town and Tusk, we have some really, really cool guests we're going to bring back on here. We've got some guys from the QDMA. How y'all doing, Pete?
Doing good.
How's it going, brother?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Now, we got some things we're going to promote here, Steve, right?
Right.
Now, let's talk about first. What comes up first that QDMA is promoting?
Well, we're having our QDMA, the national organization, is having their convention here in Louisville, January 27th through the 30th.
And we've had a big year in Louisville. ATA,
We have.
QDMA, NRA, it's all right here in Louisville.
Absolutely. And our convention, the QDMA convention, is in conjunction with the Field and Stream Deer and Turkey Expo. So there's going to be a lot of people in town who are avid hunters.
And that's what we need. We need more hunters. Now we have another function we want to promote too. What else is going on?
The Derby City branch of the QDMA is going to have their annual banquet February 13th at the Ramada Plaza Convention Center. That is our annual fundraiser for a lot of the activities that we
And that's over on Bluegrass Parkway, correct?
Right,
It is, yes.
Now, what's it cost to get in there? If you're not a QDMA member, can you still come to it?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
When you come to our banquet, our local banquet, your ticket price includes a 1-year membership to QDMA. It
Okay.
includes the magazine, et cetera, and that a single ticket is $60.
Okay.
$90 for a couple.
That's a great bargain because you all do such great things with the youth hunt that you all promote and just different fundraising events. Because you are a nonprofit, you have to do some fundraising events to financially secure what you need to do. And y'all do a wonderful job. I'm a firm believer and a big supporter in QDMA. And I constantly read articles that the National QDMA is putting out because it's some of the best minds in the hunting industry are at QDMA.
It really is.
And you know, if you really want to learn how to work a food plot, or if you really want to learn to keep deer on your property, manage your property, and get big deer, follow QDMA's guidelines, and it's going to happen. Now, what happens at this banquet? Is it we got some public speaking, some guest speakers? Is it a dinner? So what goes on at these banquets?
Well, the National Convention, there will be a lot of seminars from the industry leaders. A lot of them have PhD behind their name.
Right.
But these guys,
They're way smarter than all of us.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Everything I learned about deer management, I learned from these guys. So there'll be a lot of seminars that are. You go to Deer and Turkey Show, it's going to be right there at the Deer and Turkey Show.
Which is a great way to learn how to do certain things because they're going to tell you step by step how to do this.
Right.
Now, at our local banquet, we will have games, raffles. There's 15 or 16 firearms that are going to be either auctioned or raffled off.
Right.
And it's a big drawing, or a big draw. Lots of people want to win guns, but it's going to be a lot of fun and good food and fellowship.
And now, where's that going to be held at?
That's at the
Ramada
at
Inn,
the
Bluegrass
Ramada.
Parkway.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a break here in a second. Before we do, we'll talk a little bit more. When we come back, we'll get the exact information on when it starts, what time, how people show up to it, and we'll go into talking a little piece about what QDMA actually does, especially a youth hunt. That right there is the most impressive thing to me that you all do, that you take these kids out.
Yeah.
Because as we said earlier, you know, the kids are our future.
Oh yeah.
If we don't teach them to hunt,
We're trying to get them hooked.
that's right. Well, like the two ladies we had here, they went one time and they were hooked, and neither one of them were hunters.
That's right.
So, you know, that is the key to doing that. Now, y'all also have a special golden ticket commissioner's tag
We do.
for the elk, which Fish and Wildlife just released in January here. They could start going in for the raffle. Now, your tag here is like the golden goose.
It is. Our organization received a commissioner's bull elk tag.
Yeah, and as soon as we come back from break, folks, we're going to find out about this commissioner's tag, so we'll be right back.
Hey folks, Tom, Wild Kentuckiana Live. As promised, we're here from the 2016 ATA show here in Louisville, Kentucky. The feedback we've been getting from you all is y'all want to see some really cool products this year. So we're going to go through the doors here. It's a great big facility, and we're going to show you all we can in a short amount of time, so stay tuned. Hey guys, look who we ran into, the Hall of Fame quarterback here from the University of Louisville, Chris Redmond. Chris, how you doing today, man?
Doing great, Tom. Enjoying the show.
I tell you what, it's been really good here. There's a lot of great products, and we've tried to bring you a lot of different variety of stuff here at the ATA show. We know the public can't get in, so we feel like it's our job to show you what it's all about, and it's crazy, folks. It really is crazy. We're going to have Chris shoot one of these new Martin bows here, and we've been looking at these Martin bows, and they are super nice.
Yeah. You know, Martin was my first bow that I ever shot, and so it kind of got me hooked on bow hunting when I was in Baltimore. It was the first time I ever got a chance to shot her, and a Martin was the first bow that I put in my hand, and it was just so accurate. And now the bows they have, This new bow called the Hellfire is really quiet, and I'm fired up about it. I think it's a great bow.
I tell you what, we're going to get Chris on here shooting this bow. We just hope we don't miss the target being this close. What sets this apart from other Martins on the market?
This bow was independently tested against other bow companies in a sound booth, and it come out with the quietest overall sound in the test.
Folks, you know it's important. If you're making that shot, you don't want a loud bow. You're going to get that deer or anything that you're hunting is going to duck that arrow, and you do not want that. I'm standing right next to it. It's super quiet because you might know what's going to happen to a deer 35 yards away. They're never going to hear that coming. What do you think about it, Chris?
I like it. You know, it feels really good. You know, draw. I think it's got a good hold on the back end of it, and so I think it's a good bow. But I'm really fired up about. I missed one this year because I think actually an elk heard the shot, and so I'm really interested in a quiet bow, and I think this might be the one. This might be the ticket.
Guys, coming to you from the ATA Show 2016, the Martin booth. And anybody want a Super Bowl ring for 20 bucks? I got one for sale. Hey guys, Tom, Wild Kentuckiana Live, coming to you right from the 2016 ATA Show here in Louisville, Kentucky. As you've seen on last week's episode, we had Dexter and Ives on our show. We got a lot of great feedback from them. Unfortunately, Scott came in really late for us and didn't have any product with us. So we're here at their booth now showing you all the great products they have. Amazing hunting knives, amazing kitchen knives, awesome tactical knife. Now Scott, you have here with you, it's a 3-in-1. It's everything you need to field dress a deer or any animal with, right?
Yes, sir, it is. What we have here is the first knife. It's a caping knife. Good place to position your finger there and your thumb there. The second piece of the knife set is your gut hook and skinning knife. Got a good place and a good grip to put your thumb there, and also when you're using it to skin it out, you can put your finger in there. Our third piece of the 3-piece is the saw. It's a good handle, and we make a replacement blade for it, and they all fit in a nice 3-piece carry set.
And guys, you can buy all these cheap knives on the market all you want. You can spend money after money after money every single year buying the product, or you can spend it one time, lifetime guarantee. What's very important is 100% made in the USA right here in this country. Nothing gets outsourced. So if you want a knife, you only have to buy it one time your whole life, and you can pass it down generation to generation. It's a great thing to leave your kids or your grandkids. They'll always use it, always remember you by using it. So check out Dexter Knives. Full line of tactical hunting, fishing fillet knives, including a full culinary section.
Correct.
And they've been around 200 years, guys. What company has been around 200 years? Not many of them. Scott, thanks so much, brother.
Thank
you. Really appreciate it. We're here with High Point Products. I tell you what, they got a really good system on everything they do. It's all tree stand accessories, whether it be you're in a climber, a lock-on, or a ladder stand. With me here, as I've got James here, you kind of handle all their social media, their marketing ideas?
That's correct, yeah, the internet marketing, social media.
Tell us a little bit about your product.
Oh, the product's really unique. It's made to work with pretty much any standard tree stand, quickly attach into 1-inch square tubing and 3/4-inch square tubing. Everything's made in the United States. In fact, it's made, designed, and manufactured right in Pennsylvania. The owner does all the development, avid archery hunter who just starts realizing there's a need for this product. But essentially the way it works is like here's a bow holder, it's kind of our flagship, and the way it works is you can attach it to the left or the right side of your tree stand, keeps your bow right there ready. It's not going to be back behind you and you're reaching it when you're needing it. Now it's just going to be right there and be secure. But we've got many other accessories as well, everything from camera holders to retrieval devices to pull your accessories up off the ground, and cup holders. And we even do some utility arms attached onto lock-ons, which don't really have much options. You take that utility arm, and that's going to give you an option then to put our accessories on it and keep your gear right in front of you.
I tell you what, guys, I've been watching this product here for a couple of days now. I'm really impressed with it. We're going to try to put something together with them, and go check them out. Where can they find you at?
HParchery.com. All the products are on there. Videos of the products are on there.
Yep. Guys, go check them out. Great product, great people. Got a chance to hang out with them last night. They're really stand-up people, so go check them out. Hey guys, we're here at the ATA show here in Louisville, Kentucky, and we've brought you a lot of nice products so far, but there is no product in this building that means more to us than these guys here today. One Wish Foundation. Now I'm going to get with TJ here. He's going to tell us what the One Wish Foundation actually does.
So Tom, I appreciate you taking the time and speaking with us, but we take kids that have life-altering social and/or medical conditions, and we grant them a once-in-a-lifetime outdoor adventure. So anything from hunting, camping, fishing, four-wheeling, anything to do with the outdoors. There's something healing about the outdoors.
That's right.
So we do anything from ADHD to terminally ill.
Right.
And then we make an age exception for our wounded veterans because the sacrifice they've made for us is incredible.
It is. Hey guys, there's a lot of programs out there like this, but none of them really get into the outdoors. The Make-A-Wish Foundation, they do good things, but they don't take kids hunting. These guys right here, they make those kids that really want to hunt and fish, they make their dreams come true. They take care of them and make it all about them. And that's what's important, is making it about those kids and those vets. And you got a great group of guys right here. You've got former, they call them athletes, kickers. I'm not sure if they are or not. You got guys that sing country music for a living. You got guys right here that invest tons of money with you with Merrill Lynch. These guys are a good group of guys. They take care of everything they need to take care of. And check them out, One Wish Foundation. Where can they find about your program at?
So anything on social media, but onewishfoundation.org is our website.
Okay, guys, check them out. Make sure you go check them out. If you can, help them out in any way. They're always needing stuff. They're always needing services. And, of course, they always need money. So look up One Wish Foundation. You won't be disappointed. You'll see the great things they've done. Hey guys, y'all want to see some of the new bows on the market? There's a really nice bow out there now. They're fairly new to the industry. It's called Tribe Archery. You can check them out on their Facebook page. You can check them out on their website, Tribe Archery. We're going to shoot a couple of them here. This is their new one out. It's a really slick looking bow. I shot them over here earlier, and the wall's really good. They shoot really good. Definitely give them a shot. Guys, as you can see, they got a bow that shoots fantastic. And if you're into tournament archery, they got a real nice tournament bow here. It looks really good. I hadn't shot this one though, but go check them out, Tribe Archery. Find them on the Facebook page. They're blowing up. They're a new archery company and they're going to be going crazy. So get on the ground level and shoot a good bow. I have Chris with HHA here. Folks, if you've never shot a single pin sight, they're amazing. We shoot them. That's all we shoot. They are #1 in the industry for 12 years in a row for a reason.
12 in a row.
Tell us a little about this kingpin you got here.
Tom, this is the same sight you guys were shooting last year. I think you might have been shooting the hunting versions.
Yep.
But this is our tournament edition, which is on a dovetail bar for the 3D and the target shooters.
Right.
New for this year, we came out with a smaller 1 3/8 housing, so it's a little smaller aiming aperture for the target and the 3D applications, but it performs the same way as your hunting sight does.
Hey guys, if you like to take those long range shots and you want to shoot a deer up to 100 yards, this kingpin gives you that availability. No other sight on the market will allow you to shoot up to 100 yards and be deadly with it. Folks, check them out, HHA. They're in all the Bass Pro Shops. They're in all the major box stores. You can't go wrong with this product. Hey guys, we're at a great booth here. The ATA, it's the innovations part of it, which is all the new companies trying to make it and break it out here in the business. We got Be the Tree. Now everybody knows that when you go out in the woods to hunt, you're using a scent eliminator. Well, I can tell you that most of that's crap. There is no way of eliminating your scent. What these guys here have done, they have designed a product that will cover up your scent. It smells just like the outdoors. These guys here have done a wonderful job with this product. We've tested it out here at the show. We've been really impressed with it. We've been to everywhere, and by far, Be the Tree is the best product we've seen in this category all year. So, Greg, tell us a little about this.
Well, it's actually a multi-layer cover scent comprised of all natural ingredients that you can find in over 80% of North America. So no matter where at in North America you can go, you can actually take this cover scent and adapt to the surroundings that you hunt.
That's amazing. Now, Matt, you handle a lot of the marketing side of it for them.
That is correct.
Tell us, the folks at home, where they can get this Be the Tree at.
So right now we're a new company. We're really trying to get out there. You're going to find it at a lot of your local archery shops and eventually in your box stores. But you can also buy it on our website directly at BeTheTreeLLC.com. We have a web store. You can go on there, check out our videos, and actually see the product work.
Hey guys, BeTheTreeLLC.com. Go check them out. Great new product. Best one I've seen here so far this year, so check them out.
Hey folk, welcome back. I hope you liked the little ATA show we showed you there. It was a lot of cool products, and there was really no way to show you everything. We was there 4 days and still didn't see everything, so hope you enjoyed it. A lot of great products we looked at. Some of our current sponsors, some of them maybe future sponsors. But we're going to go back to you all on that little golden goose tag you all have. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we have a Commissioner's Bull Elk Tag, which we are raffling off at our website and at our banquet. It'll be drawn on February 13th at the local QDMA banquet. Okay. Chances to win are $20.
And can they go to the website and purchase them right off the website?
They sure can.
Now, what is the website?
It is derbycityqdma.com.
Now, folks, if you've not been drawn for an elk tag, which I've never been drawn for an elk tag, you have.
I have, yes.
So, you know, some of us are lucky, some of us are not. You can take a chance on this raffle ticket, $20 a ticket, well worth it. Hopefully, it'll be able to, you'll be the winner and you'll be able to go harvest a nice, it's a bull tag?
It is a bull tag.
That's even better, you get a bull tag. Now, y'all's pride and joy is y'all's youth hunting.
Exactly. We are trying to take this all the way across the state of Kentucky, and it's for military kids, National Guard, Fort Campbell, Fort Knox, but it's free of charge, all volunteer. Last year we took like 56 kids. They killed 51 deer.
That is crazy.
We spread it out around 5 different hunt camps.
Are these kids that are already currently hunting, or some of them new hunters, or
both?
Both?
Yeah.
And that's great, because the new kids you get in there, they get hooked like everybody else.
They do. It is. It's a great way to introduce kids to hunting. And we've had a little girl, first time ever shooting a rifle and first time hunting this past year. She harvested 4 deer.
That is amazing. And it's stories like that that really make you feel good about what you all do. And y'all should be proud of your organization and what you all put together, because y'all do a wonderful job with everything across the board, from the youth hunt, from, you know, managing your deer, managing your property. Y'all are great ambassadors to the hunting world. And it's guys like me that follow you all, and y'all set the pavement for us, and we're able to hold deer, we're able to see good deer because of what you all do. And, you know, as far as that youth hunt, it's an amazing thing to get these kids, and you couldn't do any better than having military kids there with you all. And it's just, y'all just doing a stand-up job. And before next year's hunt, we're going to bring you back. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll see you next week. Wild Kentuckiana Live.